session of the Illinois Board of Review for today, March 8th, 2022. Thank you all for participating. We want to begin with, I think I'd like to do this. Each board member will introduce himself, and the others who are participating, we do that just once today. And then we'll move on to hearing from all the law department staff. Again, I'm Kenneth Woodson, board chair.
I'm Ralph Pincus, a board member, and I would mention to those of you who have access to the screens where you have on the top the ability to push on the right those three little dots. And if you have your phone number listed on the screen, we would really appreciate if you go to rename and put your name in there so we can associate a name with the hearing list that we have been presented. Because we don't know, we don't have phone numbers, we go by names and addresses. So if you're able to do that, that would be much appreciated. Again, I'm Ralph Pincus, board member.
I'm by phone. How can I switch it to Zoom?
Okay, sir, we'll have to get to you shortly, okay?
If you're able to do that, is what I said.
Okay.
Steve?
I'm Steve Pettit, board member.
Ed Jefferson, counsel for the board.
Terrell Alford, board administrator.
Deborah Richardson, board's administration.
Tom Mathis, board's administration.
Thank you very much. For those of you who are on telephone and you're not using your computer, you're on your telephone, there should be an option on your phone that will permit you to, one, start your video so we can see your face. We'll need to see your face during the hearing. And two, it will allow you to change your name that's presented on the screen. So please try that, and we will work through it as we get to you if you can't do it on your own. But thank you very much. Again, these proceedings are being recorded both by Zoom as well as our court reporter. I will begin with the law department and to determine if there's any issues that will need to be presented. Let's see, who do we have here? Just one moment. We have a large group today, so I'm going to have to connect through a large list. Mr. Dejanay Davis.
Good afternoon, board. Dejanay Davis on behalf of the city of Philadelphia. I have several matters today.
Everyone, and what's your name?
May we, excuse me,
identified
would you please, would you please mute your phones? Thank you.
Ms. Davis?
Yes, may I
You're
continue?
still in the waiting room
Yes.
right now?
Okay, I just,
Oh, yeah, she just let everyone in, so.
if there's anyone speaking, could you please
Unfortunately,
mute
it's
yourself?
It's Kim Mathis.
Yeah.
So you may have to go to Kim and ask her to do that. Ms. Davis, I apologize.
No worries.
Now I think you should be able to proceed, Ms. Davis.
Yes, okay, so I have several matters on the list today. I just want to put on the record regarding number 5 on the list. That's
Okay.
appeal number HA 2021-002-662.
Yes,
We will be there. That is a joint continuance request. I mean,
Okay,
I'm
is it-
sorry, that is a request, a continuance request by the appellant in which the city has no objection.
okay. Is this the first continuance request for this case?
Yes,
It is?
yes.
Okay, all right, thank you. We'll note it as being continued.
In addition, case number 6, appeal number HA 2021-002-663, that is also a continuance request by the appellant in which the city has no objection.
Okay, again, is this the first request?
Yes,
Okay, we'll note it as being continued.
additionally, I also have number 2 on the list.
Okay, someone's phone is ringing. Please mute yourself.
Sykes, Mr. Sykes, mute yourself, please.
And
I'm
there's
trying.
there's a number 5620788-632. Please mute yourself. Okay, if you don't cooperate, we're going to just take you out of the hearing. So 562, please mute yourself. Okay, 562-207-8632. Do you hear us?
Yes, I'm here.
Mute your, please mute your, thank you. Thank you. Okay,
Is this 562-078-8632?
please mute yourself.
I am muted.
Not now.
Now, if I can hear you, you aren't muted.
Oh,
I
I'll
just
see you-
muted him, Mr. Woodson. I just muted him.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of patience with this. So in fact, we may have to kick some people out. I'll just be honest up front. Okay, Ms. Davis, would you continue, please?
Yes, in regards to case number 2 on the list, appeal number HA 2021-000083. The city would like to mark that case as moot complied.
Moot comply?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And the appellant is Francis T. Sykes. Is anyone present?
Yes, I'm present.
Mr. Sykes, you just noted your case has been noted as moot complied, so you're everything is resolved.
Well, board chairman,
Yes.
the appellant also has another case on the list that the city is prepared to move forward on.
Okay, but
That is-
not this case, though.
Not this case, yes.
Okay,
Well, wait a minute, please explain to me what was resolved.
it's regarding 1710 North 23rd Street, a property maintenance violation that's now moot complied. You may have another matter to be heard today, but that matter that I just noted is resolved. Do you
Okay,
understand? That clear?
I'm not quite understanding, but okay, I'll wait for the other, sir.
Yeah, you wait for the other matter that will come up later, okay?
All right.
All right, thank you so much. Ms. Davis, you have
Mute-
anything else?
Mute yourself, Mr. Sykes.
Beg your pardon?
Mute yourself.
Put yourself on mute.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. Ms.
May I
Davis?
proceed?
Yes, please.
And additionally, in regards to case number 4, appeal number HA 2021-000088, the city requests that case be marked moot complied as well.
Okay, thank you. And that's Mr. Dan Harkins. Is Mr. Harkins present today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Harkins, your matter has been resolved.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good afternoon.
You do the same.
Okay. All righty. Ms. Davis, anything else?
Yes, so as previously stated, the city is prepared to move on case number 3 on the list. And additionally, we also have several matters that we would like to put on the record.
Okay.
That cases that are marked moot complied, but I will turn it over to the rest of my colleagues.
Oh,
that are
anything else?
assigned to this.
Okay, you don't have anything else yourself, though?
Yeah, I have, later on, but because we're going to address the moot complied cases and I have the lower end of the list. So I think it would probably be best that my colleagues address the upper portion, the beginning portion of the list regarding the moot complied cases. But that
Okay.
I don't have any other matters to address at this moment.
Ms. Davis, I noticed that case number 7 and case number 8 are being handled by the same attorney as cases number 5 and 6.
That is correct, but I'm not assigned to those cases. We have
Okay.
another city attorney that's assigned to those cases.
Okay,
Good afternoon, Mr.
thank
Pincus.
you.
I'm assigned to 7 and 8.
Okay, okay.
Okay, Mr. Cohen, now that you're on, why don't you just tell us, did you have any any resolved matters or continuances or withdrawals?
Thank you, members of the board. I have plenty.
Okay,
Starting with case number 1, appeal HA 2021-000081, appellant Jamie Schrottberger. That matter is moot complied.
thank you. Is Jamie Schotberger available on the call today?
He may not be. I emailed in advance to let him know that this was moot complied.
Okay, thank you.
And as for number 7, HA 2021-002664, which is the other matter you were just talking about, that was withdrawn by the appellant.
Withdrawn? Okay, thank you.
On HA 2021-002665, Iris Spinal and Ramos Grocery. That matter, the appellant had requested a continuance. The city has no objection. I believe that is the first continuance request in that matter.
Okay,
Which matter is that?
that's number 8.
8.
Okay, we'll note it as continued.
Thank you.
Thank you
And
very
as
much.
for numbers 15 through 42, those are moot complied, and at the appropriate time, we can read through all of those into the record.
What I'd rather do, want us to have someone, anyone of the law department council, if you have a portion of that long list, when your name is called for your regular matters, please give those as well, because I don't want to have to come back to you and miss someone. And so, Mr. Cohen, if you have a portion of that list, please read them in.
Of course. The first moot complied is number 15, HA 2020-004074, Peter Crawford. That matter
Okay.
is moot complied.
Thank you. Already. Next
Number
one.
16, HA 2020-004061, Zhu Ping Li. That matter is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 17, HA 2020-01841, Gina Battellini. That matter is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 18, HA 2020-001863, Michael Fitzpatrick. That
Thank you.
matter is moot complied.
Mhm.
Number 19, HA 2020-001871, Danita R. Jones, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 20, HA 2020-001903, Denise Perez. That matter is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 21, HA 2020-001889, Ryu Zhong Li, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 22, HA 2020-001914, Walter Bembo. That matter is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 23, HA 2020-001938, Josephine Collada, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 24, HA 2020-001942, Linda Cheng, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 25, HA 2020-002342, Molly Mitchell, aka Molly Conlon, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 26, HA 2020-002413, Sunoco LLC, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 27, HA 2020-002510, Mercedes Sanchez, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 28, HA 2020-002662, Wei Chen, moot complied.
Thank you.
29, HA 2020-002659, Leslie Thomas, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 30, HA 2020-002691, Tamara Martinez Rabel, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 31, HA 2020-002683, Brith Shalom Winnett LP, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 32, HA 2020-002694, Wentin Shen, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 33, HA 2020-002701, Kelly Zhang for Friends Real Estate, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 34, HA 2020-002703, Boca Roma Properties is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 35, HA 2020-002710, Travis Capacet, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 36, HA 2020-002829, Anthony DiDonato, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 37, HA 2020-002869, Blanca Toquica, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 38, HA 2020-002902, Ilya Kaitin, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 39, HA 2020-003219, Alexandra Goddick, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 40, HA 2020-003302, John O'Connell, moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 41, HA 2020-003297, Michael McElhaney, moot complied.
That's Michael Henney. Is that
I believe pronounced McElhaney, but McElhaney.
okay?
Close
That's East 16th Monrovian
Yes,
Street.
East 16th and Moravian Streets. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
And number 42, HA 2020-003319, JCRE Holdings LLC, moot complied.
Thank you.
And I believe that completes my list for this blur hearing. The next few on the list, starting with number 43, are being handled by Amy Sykes.
Okay.
Or Amy
All right, thank you.
Skiles, sorry.
Amy Skiles. Okay. Just want to say in general, for those of you who may have heard your name called just now, your matter has been resolved. You are excused to leave the hearing. So thank you very much for your participation. Ms. Skiles, do you have matters for the board?
Yes, I have 3 matters that the department's ready to proceed on, and I will also be reading in numbers 43 through 62. Which would you like me to begin with?
Let's begin with the 43 to 62. The matters that you will be proceeding with today, don't need to note those. We'll just deal with those as they are called.
Okay. Okay, so number 43, HA 2020-003318. Nick Cartagena
name?
is a moot complied.
Okay, that's Janet Castrazina, I believe. I may not be correct on that. Was that the same case?
And then,
Ms. Skiles?
yes, it's moot complied.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay,
Number 44, HA 2020-003437, appellant Sean Flynn is moot complied.
thank you.
Number 45, HA 2020-003522, appellant Danielle Cross Carter is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 46, HA 2020-003551, appellant Andres Nicolini is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 47, HA 2020-003550, appellant Karen Nicolini is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 48, HA 2020-003544, appellant Rashid L. Malik is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 49, HA 2020-003758, appellant Gerald Galster is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 50, HA 2020-003774, apparent Terry Lynn Collins is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 51, HA 2020-003845, James Brandenberger and Richmond Partners LLC is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 52, HA 2020-03861, James Brandenberger, Richmond Partners is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 53, HA 2020-003864, James Brandenberger, Richmond Partners is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 54, HA 2020-003918, David Schwarzman is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 55, HA 2020-003917, appellant Lakeisha Singleton is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 56, HA 2020-003929, appellant Burkate PPA LLC (003984), appellant Fang Suking is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 59, HA 2020-004028, appellant Yaoting Zhu is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 60, HA 2020-004065, appellant AZN Development LLC is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 61, HA 2020-004086, appellant Ishmael Vargas is moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 60,
Can I leave since I'm complied?
Yes, anyone who's noted as moot complied, you had permission to, your case is closed. You may exit and leave the hearing. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Please continue.
yes, and number 62, HA 2020-004090, appellant Sean Ryan is moot complied.
Thank you.
And that concludes my portion of the moot complied list, and the city's ready to proceed on my other matters.
Okay, thank you. We'll hear from Mr. Router. You're muted, sir, if you're available.
Hi, sorry, I'm here. Yes, I have one case on the list, which I believe is still number 9. That would be CF 2021-017146, Trina T. Clark, TCS Management.
Yes.
That matter is basically, I can just announce that it's moot complied.
Moot complied? Okay.
Yeah, it was an intent to cease. I believe the attorney representing the owner is here. There's some underlying matters that still need to be resolved, but the only issue that was appealed was the intent to cease, and that cease did not need to go forward because that portion of the matter was complied.
And who's the attorney representing the
I'm
appellant?
here, Chairman.
And your name, sir?
Marvin Haber, Haber.
Okay. All right, Mr. Haber, as you know, I'm sure you've heard this matter, at least this particular appeal is now moot complied.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much.
Mr. Reuter was kind enough to give me that information just prior to the hearing, but we were already in queue. So we appreciate your time, and may Miss Clark and I leave the room?
Yes, you're excused. Have a good
Thank you.
afternoon.
Have a good day.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Thank you. Okay.
That concludes my business, by the way. So I'll probably observe, but otherwise may be excused.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see here. Because this list is so long, I'm having to scroll through several pages. Just want to make sure I have everyone that I've spoken to. Just for a minute. Alexandra, do you have any moot complied or other resolved cases today that you want to announce for the record?
I do not, Chairman. The 4 cases I have on the list, the city's ready to move forward on them.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Jason Greenspan.
Thanks. I'm just observing today, Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Maggie White.
Chair, I'm also just observing today. Thank you.
Okay, all righty. Nikia Clark.
Good afternoon. I don't have any cases listed today.
Okay, all right. Michelle Reinhardt.
Good afternoon, Chair. I don't have any cases listed either. I'm just observing. Thanks.
Okay, Christopher Johnson.
I'm just observing as well. Thank you.
Okay, and let me just go back to the beginning of the list to see if I've missed anyone else. Okay, I believe that's it. Is there anyone else from the law department who would like to announce for the record cases that have been resolved or need to continuance or withdrawals noted, or would need to read into the record this long list of moot complied cases? Anyone else?
Chairman, I do have the remainder of the moot complied list from 63 to 82, if you would like for me to read those into the record at the moment.
Yes, please do.
Okay, regarding number 63 on the list, appeal number HA 2020-004185.
I think that's Cyprian.
Yes, Cyprian Sadlone.
Yes.
Is marked moot complied.
Okay, thank you.
Number 64 on the list, appeal number HA 2020-004202, John and Bob Kiziroglo.
Okay.
That case is also marked moot complied.
Thank you.
Number 65, appeal number HA 2020-004214, Colette Walsh is marked moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number 66, HA 2020-004215, Shi-Chun Zeng, Mark Moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number 67, appeal number HA 2020-000574, Orange Brothers, can be Mark Moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number 68, appeal number HA 2020-004218, Holy Name of Jesus Parish, can be Mark Moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number 69, appeal number HA 2021-001370, Wardell Holt, is Mark Moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number 70, appeal number HA 2021-001363, Kern Haynes, is moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number 71, appeal number HA 2020-000666, Emerald Properties of Phila / Cormac McCallar, is moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number 72, appeal number HA 2021-000138, Nicholas Wendowski, is moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number 73, appeal number HA 2021-001323, Beverly Johnson, is moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number 74, appeal number HA 2021-001281, Brian Pham, is Mark moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number 75, appeal, I have on the docket, appeal number is, it says 39144.
Yes.
Rachel Pendrak, that is moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number 76, appeal number HA 2020-000706, Mary T. Clark, has been marked moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number 77, I have appeal number as 39071, Abigail Zawaki, moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number 78, appeal number HA 2021-000529, Sun Syria
Willoughby, I think that's Cecilia Willoughby.
Willoughby, okay. That has also been marked moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number 79, appeal number HA 2020-000310, Andrew Miller, moot complied.
Thank you.
Case number.
Can I object to that being done moot and complied?
Your name, sir?
Andrew Miller.
And your relationship to this property?
I'm the person who appealed it.
Okay, it's noted as moot complied. So that means the matter has been resolved.
I understand that. I would like to speak further on it. Is now the appropriate time to do that?
No, there's no time to do that unless we're hearing the case. If we aren't hearing the case, there's nothing else to be said for the hearing. Okay.
With all due respect, the issues raised in my appeal have become prevalent in our city, and I do believe.
But this
appeal
isn't the
should be
forum.
heard.
This is not the forum for that. The forum for this is only to deal with the appeal. If the appeal has been resolved, then we move on to the next case. So this is not the forum for making a grievance known regarding larger matters. I apologize for that.
This is not a grievance is to larger matters. This is.
But are you saying that? But are you saying that the appeal is not moot? Has it not been resolved?
The building permit that's being appealed has been completed.
So that's resolved.
Okay. Can I have a contact for a city attorney or a member of the board so I can
you should
reach out to these issues?
Sure. You should check in with your local elected official, the city council person in the area that would be the forum to start with. You can also, if there are other violations that you feel are present, you should lodge a complaint that way. But I would start with your local city council person.
I have done that already. In this particular instance, the appeal was made because the permit was issued in violation of the code. And that is why I think the appeal should be heard by this board.
But the law department has reviewed it, and with the appellant, I believe, and I would ask if whoever's representing this matter for the city can speak up. But you
Yes,
can call the city attorney whose name has been identified and talk to her with her. And I think the city attorney in this matter is Ms. Davis, Dejanay Davis.
yes, I am the attorney handling this matter.
And he
Mr.
should call you.
Yeah, Mr. Miller,
How do I get
will-
your contact information?
I will send you, I will send you an email after these proceedings regarding the contact information as to who you can speak to regarding this matter.
Can we handle that now during the hearing so that's resolved?
Regarding
Do
the
you have it?
contact information?
Correct.
Yes, I can give you, my supervisor's email, Maggie White. That is Maggie, Maggy dot White at Phila, PHILA.gov.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Have a good afternoon. Okay, where were we?
We're at case number 80 on the list, Chairman.
Okay.
Case number 80, appeal number HA 2020-000419, George Finney. The case can be marked moot compliant.
Thank you.
Case number 81, appeal number HA 2020-000608, Steve Gans. That case can also be marked moot compliant.
Thank you.
And case number 82, appeal number HA 2020-000331. Last name Guzman. I don't want to mispronounce the first name. That case can also be marked moot compliant.
Thank you.
And that concludes all the moot compliant matters for this list.
All right, thank you very much. Anyone who heard their name called, your matter has been resolved. You are welcome to leave and do other things today, but you also, this is a public hearing, so you're also permitted to stay if you'd like. You will not be permitted to speak, however, but you are permitted and welcome to stay. And we will now move on to the regular hearing list. And so, Ms. Richardson, if we go back to the top and call everything in numerical order.
So we'll start with case number 3.
Yes.
Case number 3, appeal number HA 021-000086, Francis Skiles for 1710 North 23rd Street.
Okay, who's representing the city in this matter?
I am representing the city, Dejanay Davis, on behalf of the city of Philadelphia.
Okay, do we have anyone here representing Ms. Frances T. Sykes?
Mr. Sykes is here.
Mr. Sykes, are you present?
He is, he's muted.
Please
Hello?
unmute yourself. Yes, sir.
Hi.
Mr. Sykes?
Yes, I'm here. Sir, I don't have any attorney yet.
Okay, well, just want me to ask you, do you prefer to have an attorney represent you for this hearing?
Well, I'm not sure. I got the letter. Says the appeal type is vacant structure.
Okay, well,
license.
let's resolve the attorney matter first, okay?
Oh, okay.
I
don't know.
You have a
this-
right. Well, let me, you have a right to have an attorney represent you. That's your choice. It is not required unless, the only time it's required unless the property is owned by more than one person, there's a corporation owning the property, or if there's more than one individual on the deed. In your case, who's the owner of the property?
I am, sir.
Anyone else on the deed with you?
Well, I named my sister, but I'm the owner.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay, she's the co-owner with you?
I guess you could call it that way when I leave here, when I leave
Okay.
this world.
Okay, do you prefer to have an attorney represent you?
If, I'm trying to understand, why
Well,
I'm
there's a
here.
violation for you because there's a vacant property violation notice. And so that's the violation that you received. And so
Right.
you've appealed the violation, meaning you don't believe the violation was properly issued. And so at the hearing today, the board will decide if in fact that's accurate or not. And you are allowed to have an attorney represent you if you choose. So if you want to have an attorney represent you, we can continue this case until you get a lawyer.
I don't know. I guess I have to get, I'm not sure, you
Well,
know,
that's your choice. We can't decide for you.
I understand.
Okay.
Maybe I should seek a counsel. I don't know.
Yeah. Why don't you do this? This is Ms. Davis? Is this a health and safety matter or what's the status of this matter?
This is a vacant property license issue violation.
Okay. So there's no issue at this point of serious threat to health
Yeah,
and safety of the public.
Right.
Okay.
So I have to get,
Mr.
excuse me,
Sykes?
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You will need to have a license for vacant property. And so
That's what I'm trying to get to.
yeah, you need a license for vacant property in the city of Philadelphia. And so we
Okay.
will continue this matter until you can seek legal counsel and or make the application for the vacant property license, okay?
All right. How would I go about that? Can I make that application online?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can go to Department of License and Inspections online application process.
Okay.
In the meantime, you check out legal counsel because that's what you requested. So we're going to continue this so you can get legal counsel.
All right, sir.
Okay. Thank
All
you
right.
very much. This matter is
Thank you.
complete. Okay. Okay. What do we have next?
Next are the water cases.
Okay.
Case
Just
number
one moment.
10, I think.
Okay.
That's right.
Just one moment.
If I may, I just want to point out, Mr. Sykes, you filed your appeal in January of 2020.
Yes, sir.
It's been ample time, so you really need to get moving on dealing with a vacant. If this property is vacant, you should be in touch with the Department of License and Inspections and get that vacant property permit. There's been
Okay.
time.
Can I explain a little bit?
I think you should just go ahead and do what you need to do or obtain a counsel. Okay.
Okay. All right, fine. I got you.
Okay. All
I
right,
don't want to
thank
hold nobody up. I got it.
Thank you. Okay, let's go to number 10.
Certainly. Case number 10, appeal number HA-2021-004546, Philadelphia Water Department, Peter Crespo, 5964 Colgate Street. I think I did.
Okay. Who's representing the city?
Good afternoon, Chairman Woodson. This is Alexandra Athanasiadis on behalf of the city.
Okay, thank you very much. Is anyone present representing Mr. Peter Crespo? Anyone representing Mr. Crespo? Ms. Richardson, is there a service? Was there service at this address to this person? You're muted.
I'm sorry. Let me pull the folder.
Yeah.
Sir, can I leave now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr.
Oh,
Sykes, you may
okay.
leave.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Ms. Anthony, have you spoken to Mr. Crespo?
No, Chairman Woodson. I've had no contact with Mr. Crespo.
Okay.
Notice was sent by mail on February 11th.
Okay. Alrighty.
An email was sent also on February 11th by Kim regarding the Zoom link and the attachment, which was the hearing notice.
Okay. And what time was he scheduled to be here today?
1:15, sir.
Okay, it's now 2:28. Okay, Ms. Anthony, what is your pleasure?
Chairman, due to the appellant's failure to appear, I'd ask that you find in favor of the city in this matter.
Okay, just one moment. Thank you very much. Just before we push to a conclusion, Ms. Richardson, would you repeat those dates for us again? I just want to be clear that we had the 30 days was honored in this matter.
The notice here is dated for February 11th.
Well, when was the violation?
Violation was date stamped for October 5th, 2021, when we received it. The violation from the water department was from 10/2/2021.
Okay, the violation is 10-221 and the appeal was 2/11/2022.
No, no, no. Oh, no, the appeal was received October 5th, 2021. And
Okay,
from us is dated for February 11th, 2022.
oh, okay, okay. All right, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
There was an email as well sent.
Okay. Mr. Pincus, the time?
2:30 PM.
2:30 PM. Okay. With regard to appeal number HA 2020-004546, Peter Crespo, 5964 Colgate, city affirmed lack of appearance.
City affirmed non-appearance.
City affirmed non-appearance.
Thank you very much. That matter is resolved. Let's go to the next case.
Yes, sir. Case number 11, appeal number HA 2021-004714, Philadelphia Water Department, Michael Gravely, 909 26th Street.
Okay, and representing the city?
Good afternoon again, Chairman Woodson. This is Alexandra Athanasiadis on behalf of the city. And before we get started, I just want to put on the record that Michael Gravely is the appellant. When I looked at the deed includes 4 other people on the deed besides Mr. Gravely. So I just wanted to bring it to the board's attention before we moved along further.
Has there been, do you know if notice went to anyone other than Mr. Gravely, Ms. Richardson? And I assume the deed includes Mr. Gravely, correct?
That is correct, Chairman.
Is there a corporate name involved?
There is not.
Okay.
Mr. Gravely is the one who filed the appeal. I'm sorry for interrupting you, Alex.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off either. I apologize.
Mr. Gravely is the one who filed the appeal. The notice from the water department was sent to the owner of the property. And he was the only one who was sent a notification by mail and email as well.
Okay.
Someone else is listed on the appeal as an owner.
Okay. And who's the water bill? Whose name is the water bill? Ms. Athanasiadis?
Chairman, this matter, there was a shut off for this property. It's a vacant property. So I've been trying to find out who the water bill is getting sent to.
Okay.
There were several other issues dealing with revenue. So I can't let you know right now. I can look into it further to see whose name the water bill is in.
Okay.
But I will also mention there were other defects not related to what we're here for today that were sent to both him and a Suzanne Gravely as well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Just for a moment, I'm going to ask Mr. Jefferson to note in the chat as to whether we can proceed to a decision or not. If you can note that in the chat for me, Mr. Jefferson.
Ed, you're muted.
And I'm sorry, Chairman, I don't know if Mr. Gravely is here. I didn't see anyone.
Okay. Is anyone here representing that property? 909 North 26th Street. Anyone present representing that property?
Or Michael Gravely? No.
Okay, just one second. Just one second, I'm getting some advice. Mr. Jefferson, did you respond to me yet, or are you doing that now?
Uh,
You muted. You muted. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get your message.
Oh,
You know, so I don't know if you sent it through chat.
yes. I sent a chat.
Okay, well, I didn't get it, but, okay, so the issue to me, you know, just from my perspective, is number one, is Mr. Gravely responsible for the service? That's an important question, because if it's others, then, you know, they're affected as owners. And number two, when was the service of the notice for this hearing effectuated?
Okay. But for today, should we continue it, or can we make it resolve it for lack of appearance?
Well, I think until those questions are answered, you can't hear the case.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's what we needed to know. Okay. So for this matter, we're going to continue this matter till we can resolve those issues of ownership and service. Ms. Anthony, so please note it that way, or so that you can try to connect with the owners to find out what's going on.
Just for clarity. For clarity, Chairman,
Yes.
when you say to resolve, to look into who the water bill, whose name the water bill is in.
Yes. So we can confirm
Yes.
if a proper person was served, and so that that can be worked out. And
Okay.
probably need to check in with L&I administration to determine who the letter and procedure went to as well. Okay. All right.
And
Thank you.
I'm sorry, may I dismiss the witness I had scheduled for this matter?
Yes, please.
Mr. Benner, Steve, you can log off, sir. Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go to the next matter.
Case number 12. Appeal number HA 2021-004-715, Philadelphia Water Department, Matthew McGrath, 6653 Lansdowne Avenue.
Okay. And Ms. Anthony Sinakis, are you representing the water department?
I am representing the Water Department, Chairman.
Okay. And is anyone here representing 6653 Lansdowne Avenue, Matthew McGrath? Okay. That person was scheduled to be here at 1:15. It is now, according to my watch, 2:38, but we will get an official time in a moment. Ms. Richardson, what is the status of service?
Notice was sent 2/11. He was notified by mail and by email.
Okay.
To the
Already.
email that was provided by for us on his
Thank you.
form.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Well, what is your pleasure then? Ms. Anthony, what is your pleasure?
Chairman, I would ask that you find this matter city affirmed for failure to appear by the appellant.
Thank you. The time, Mr. Pincus? Mr. Pincus, you muted. Time? You still muted.
I'm sorry, it's 2:39 p.m.
2:39 p.m. With regard to appeal number HA 2021-004-715, Matthew McGrath, 6653 Lansdowne Avenue, city affirmed lack of appearance.
City affirmed non-appearance.
City affirmed non-appearance.
Thank you very much. That matter is resolved.
Thank you, Chairman. May I excuse the witness I had scheduled for that matter?
Yes, please.
Mr. Myers, Anthony Myers, you can disconnect. Thank you.
Ready for the next case?
Yes, ma'am.
Case number 13, appeal number HA 2021-004-530, Philadelphia Water Department, Stephanie Bennett, 5315 Jackson Street.
Okay, thank you. Who's representing the city?
Good afternoon again, Chairman. Alexandra Athanasiadis on behalf of the city. The city also has a witness in this matter, and the city is prepared to move forward.
Thank you. Is Stephanie Bennett present?
I'm here, sir.
Okay, all right, thank you. Ms. Bennett, would you, are you the sole owner of this property, Ms. Bennett?
Yes, sir. Yes.
We can barely hear you, so you need to move closer to your microphone.
Yes, I am.
Okay, if you would raise your right hand so that you may be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you. The court reporter, are you able to hear her?
Yes, if she speaks up.
Okay,
Okay.
well, you have to speak up and be close.
Yelling, but I'll yell.
Well, if you can turn your volume up a bit, that may help.
I think I'm at my max, to be honest with you.
Okay, all righty. We will have the city begin. Please proceed.
Yes, good afternoon. This matter, Chairman, has been in front of the board for several listings. Back in October 2021, Inspector Anthony Myers testified that he performed a dye test on 12/26/2019 in a cave-in and issued a notice of defect for a lateral for the property for 5315 Jackson Street. At that hearing, the appellant testified that she had several conversations with Tamika Warren, and that among other things, Ms. Warren allegedly told her that her lateral was not broken. At that time, the board ordered the city to investigate and to speak to Ms. Warren, and for the appellant property owner to obtain a plumber to investigate. The case was relisted for February 8th, 2022. And due to some technical difficulties by the city witness, it was relisted again for February 22nd. And at that time, it was continued at appellant's request, and we're here today. At this time, the city would like to call Ms. Tamika Warren.
Okay, Ms. Tamika Warren. I don't see Ms. Warren's image.
She's on the
I'm here.
second screen, Chairman.
Okay, Ms. Warren, would you raise your right hand so that you may be sworn? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to help you God?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Please proceed.
Sure. Can you please state your name for the record?
Tamika Warren,
And by whom are you employed?
the Philadelphia Water Department.
And in what capacity?
I am a water conveyance systems assistant superintendent.
Okay. And how long have you had that job?
I had this position for 5 months.
Okay. And what was your position prior to being the conveyance superintendent?
Water conveyance supervisor.
Supervisor, I'm sorry. What was your position prior to that?
Water conveyance supervisor
Okay. And how long did you hold that position?
for 14 years.
Okay.
I'm a superintendent now.
And at this time, Chairman, I'm going to pull up City Exhibit 2.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Just give me a quick second, sir. And Chairman, I wanted to check with you first. I'm happy to go through the dye test. Testimony was already heard back in October, but I'm happy to go through the notice again. If you so
Well, let's
please.
do this. Let's move through the new information that you have with Ms. Warren as a witness.
Okay.
And then we will reserve the opportunity to come back to that after we've heard from Ms. Bennett.
Okay, that's fine. Ms. Warren, did you have any communication with the appellant Stephanie Bennett?
Yes.
Okay. And can you tell me what the nature of that communication was?
She called me and stated that someone from customer service gave her my number and that she needed to talk to me about her violation.
Okay, and did you talk to her about her violation?
Yes.
And what, if anything, did you
Hey
tell her?
Siri, call Russell Shepherd.
Oh, man.
And what if?
Ms. Threat, could you mute yourself, Ms. Threat? Thank you.
And what, if anything, did you say to her regarding her violation for defective lateral?
Me and her had a conversation. She asked me to come out. She called me on a Friday. She asked me to come out to her property on the Monday. I told her I would, but after we had a long conversation, and after our conversation, I went to the property and the cave-in was already filled.
was taken care of.
So
Okay, just one moment, just one moment. Mr. Michael Murphy, would you please mute yourself, please? And anyone else who isn't currently involved in this instant matter, please mute yourself. We're getting a considerable amount of background interference. And Mr. Yong Zhao, please. And there's a 215-509-4918. Please mute yourself. If you don't, we will do it for you. And we will ask you to be excused from the hearing. Administrator, please put that person in the waiting room.
done, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you. Let's proceed.
Go
And
ahead, Ms. Warren.
on that Monday, I didn't return because the cave-in was filled already.
Okay, and can you tell, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
She called me and asked me why I didn't come, and I told her because the cave-in was filled.
Okay, and can you tell the board, what is a cave-in?
It's a hole in the street.
Okay. And did you ever tell her that her lateral was not broken or defective?
No,
Okay. Did you discuss anything else with Miss Bennett?
we had long conversations over the phone. She thought that because the cave-in was filled, her lateral wasn't defective anymore.
Okay. And did you explain to her that that was not the case?
Yes, I told her she still had to get her lateral replaced, even though the street was paved over.
Okay.
Because what's going to happen is the dirt is going to feed in between the openings in her lateral and cause another cave-in.
And what is the danger or hazard with having a defective lateral?
If she doesn't get her lateral fixed, eventually she'll have the sewage back up in her home and it'll cause another cave-in outside in the street.
And the original notice that was issued back in October, or I'm sorry, December
December.
2019, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay, and did you have any discussion regarding the date on the notice of the defect?
her notice was in December. She asked me to change the date on her notice so she could get the insurance to pay for her defective lateral. She said she purchased the insurance after she had the notice, and she asked me to backdate her NOD.
And is it fair to say you did not do any such thing?
I did not.
Okay, and as you sit here today, do you know if her lateral has been repaired?
As far as I know, it has not been repaired.
And whose responsibility is it to maintain their laterals?
It's the homeowner's responsibility to maintain your laterals.
I have no further questions at this time, Chairman Woodson of Ms. Warren. If
Okay.
after Ms. Bennett questions, I could go back to go through the
Sure.
notice and all the other documents.
I do have a few questions and
Sure.
other board members may as well. Ms. Warren, the job title you gave is Assistant Conveyance Deputy Superintendent. What does that entail?
When you become an assistant superintendent, you have a yard per se. You have 51 employees under you. And we maintain the sewers and the operation of the sewers and the repairs and functions of the storm and sanitary sewers.
Okay, so does that mean all of the inspectors as well as the crews on the street making repairs report to you?
Yes,
Both the inspectors and the repair people?
I have subordinate supervisors. They
Okay,
report
but
to
their
them.
inspectors, their functions are to inspect and also make repairs.
Yes,
Okay, how many different conversations did you have with the appellant?
at least 3.
Okay, did you ever visit the location yourself?
Yes,
Okay, how many times did you visit the location?
I was there when the street was paved over. That was our first conversation. And I went there, she called me back again and she said she had another cave-in, but it wasn't a cave-in, she was getting her footway replaced. And I was out there again.
Okay, so you were out there 2 separate occasions
Yes.
at the request of the appellant.
Yes,
Okay, Okay. Anyone else have anything? If not, Miss Bennett, do you have any questions of the Miss Warren based on the testimony she's given? Now, your general statement's gonna wait till later when you present your case, but I want to know if you have any specific questions of Miss Warren.
I do, yes.
Okay, please.
First of all, Ms. Warren, it's a pleasure to finally meet you face to face. Please excuse me. I just got in from a run and I've been waiting for the hearing to start. But anyway, yes, we've had many conversations and they've always been pleasant, and I appreciate all the time that you've given me and put into this. You had stated that we spoke on a Friday. I just want to correct you and let you know that it was January 23rd, 2020, and that was a Thursday. And you and I had planned to meet that Monday, which was the 27th. And you and I scheduled a time for 9 a.m. I had arrived at 8:30 and I waited very patiently for you until I finally called you or texted you at 9:17 a.m.
Okay, Miss Bennett, Miss Bennett, listen to me. The instruction was, do you have any questions? So please ask a question.
I'm just
quickly.
recapping to refresh her
Do
memory.
not recap, just go to the question.
Okay. What time did you arrive at the property? And what was the date that you arrived at the property on to check to discover that the cave-in was filled up?
I still think it was a Friday that we talked. And I went there that Friday.
Friday you went there. You didn't go there
Yes.
Monday.
I did not go on Monday.
Okay. So our conversation on Monday and via text and our conversation Monday, when I said, hey, where are you? You said it's covered up. On Friday, it wasn't covered up.
I went there Friday, it was covered.
Okay.
And I took a picture of it.
Thank you for the courtesy call to let me know that you weren't coming that
I
day.
don't, I didn't have your number.
Wait. Miss Bennett, you have to understand, if you're going to ask questions, we're going to ask, we'll allow you to do that, but there will not be a back and forth between the witnesses.
Okay, so you had said that we've only had 3 conversations. I have documented 7 conversations. Of those conversations, you had just made a statement that that I wanted you to come out to check to see, do the dye test in front of me to see if the lateral was.
I'm having a great deal of difficulty hearing you, Miss Bennett.
Here I come. Is that better?
And I'm going to object to the mischaracterization of Ms. Warren's testimony.
So noted.
Okay, we all mess up on dates. I understand. No worries.
No,
Here's my question.
Miss Bennett, you have to understand, this is a legal proceeding, so no need to respond in that. And this is not a casual conversation, okay?
Okay.
So just please go to your questions. We will give you time to do that.
The second time you came out was at my request because I was getting my concrete dug up. Now, you said that I didn't care about my lateral, yet obviously I cared very much about it since I had 2 curb traps replaced, and now they were telling me that there was a lateral problem. So I called you out over the summer. What did you say happened over the summer when I was getting my concrete done? What did you do the second time you came out? If you could tell everyone what you did exactly.
Okay, I'm going to object again to the mischaracterization of the testimony. And if Ms. Bennett can just restate the question.
Okay.
What did you do on the day that you?
Well, I had to rule on her objection. I had to rule on her objection. I've noted her objection and approved. Basically, you have to restate.
What was it that you did on the second time that you came out to Jackson Street?
The second time we came out to Jackson Street, you had your footway dug up.
Huh?
And we did a dye test.
And what did the dye test reveal?
The dye test revealed a defective curb trap at 5317.
When you came out the second time, a defective curb trap, you're saying?
At 5317, yes.
And what did you discover for 5315?
Nothing was wrong at 5315, but that wasn't the location of the first cave-in.
Okay, your lateral is your lateral, correct?
Your lateral is your lateral, but the cave-in was in the street. The first cave-in was in the street. The second cave-in was on the footway.
Never had a cave-in on the footway, dear. I dug up my concrete to have my concrete done.
And when we put water in it, it presented a cave-in.
Okay, Again, I'm very confused, so let me, talk to me like I'm a 3-year-old, play blocks with me. Make me understand what you're saying, because what I'm hearing you say is there was a cave-in. Back then, the cave-in got covered up, yet there's still a lateral problem. And then I say to you, I am getting my concrete done. Will you please come out? Because if the lateral is defective, I'd like to get it all done in one shot. No problem, right? So you came out and you did a dye test and you told me that the dye test was clear, yet I still have a lateral problem because the cave-in is covered up. So I understand that a lateral is a lateral, no matter where you put the dye in to do the dye test. Is it not broken or is it not broken?
It's
Why
broken.
are you there to waste your time?
Okay, Miss Bennett, I'm gonna ask you to please lower your voice when you're questioning Miss Warren.
Miss,
Give her
wait
the
a minute.
same courtesy, give her the same courtesy that you've been extended. So please don't raise your voice at my witness. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I came in close to the
Okay, listen to me. Miss Bennett, you asked the question, and we're going to give Miss Warren an opportunity to respond to your question, okay?
Okay.
And then we're going to go to you so you can present your case. Miss Warren, would you have a response, please? The issue is whether or not on your second visit, sidewalk was torn up, whether or not the lateral was still broken.
The lateral was still broken.
Okay. Miss Bennett, do you have any other questions? Do you have any other questions with Bennett?
Yes, I need to know, how is the lateral still broken when the dye test came back clear?
The dye test was in 2 different locations. The cave, it was 2 different caves.
Wait, Miss Warren, just one moment. Miss Bennett, you will not speak until Miss Warren has completed her answer.
Okay.
If you can't do that, we will then stop and move on to something else, okay?
Yep.
Miss Warren, please respond.
The second cave-in she's talking about was on the footway. The first cave-in that she had was in the street, and that's the one she has the defective notice for. The one that was on the footway, 5317 has a notice for. It's 2 different cave-ins in 2 different locations.
Okay.
I guess I need some clarity, Ms. Warren, because Ms. Bennett mentioned, and I think you did, that there was a defective curb trap, but that was at 5315. 17. Is that correct? 5317. They're 2 different addresses. So I guess I'd like to have some clarity. Is there a defective curb trap at 5317? And is there a defective lateral at 5315, which is the property Ms. Bennett owns?
5315 is the property Ms. Bennett owns with the defective lateral. 5317 is the property that has the defective curb track.
And as far as, and we're only dealing with today, the property Ms. Bennett owns,
yes,
which is 5315.
Correct.
And you found a defective lateral, and your testimony is that defective lateral has not been repaired.
Correct.
Okay. Anything else, Ms. Bennett, before we move on?
Yes. So once again.
Would you move closer to the screen, please?
See, but then they think I'm yelling. So once again, what I was told by you was you went out to the property, you did a dye test. The dye test came back clear for 5315 lateral. Yet, this is your exact words. Yet.
Well, no. Miss Bennett, ask her if that is in fact the case. Okay. If that's what you want to know, let's have her respond to that. Miss Warren, listen, Miss Warren, did the dye test come back clear for 5315?
The dye test, what dye test are you talking about, first of all?
Second one.
The second dye test, nothing showed at 5315. It was on the footway in the corner near 5317's vent. The notice she has, the NOD for a defective lateral, was in the street.
Okay. Anything else, Miss Bennett, before we move on?
I just want to confirm what you're saying is that when you went out, this is the second visit, and there was a dye test done. That dye test was not made of the lateral on her property. It was made of the, made for the service at 5317. Was there any testing done on that second visit of the water service at 5315 Jackson Street?
What happens is it's a hole. We put water and dye in a hole. An inspector goes down into the sewer, and wherever the dye shows, the inspector identifies that property or the sewer, or the lateral, or whatever the defect is. When we went the first time.
The second time, let's skip to the second time.
The second time, when we went the second time, the dye showed in 5317 from the dye test on the footway.
Was
So
there
you
ever
really
a dye? Oh,
You didn't really check 5315 is what you're saying. Is that what you're saying?
5315 already had a notice, a NOD for a defective lateral. The cave-in was covered. We can no longer dye test that where we called it from the first time because it was covered.
okay. Did you ever do a dye test at 5315 that showed that it was clear, that there was no defect?
No, y'all not understanding. You don't dye test the home, you dye test the hole, not the home.
We clearly understand, well, at least I do, understand that the hole is being tested. The second time you went there, the hole was on the footway.
Right.
And when you tested the hole on the footway, did it ever come back clear?
Nothing came. It went to the vent pipe that was on the footway. The vent was on the footway, and so was the cave-in.
Okay.
It went in the opening that was in the vent on the footway.
Okay. That's where you dye tested.
That's where the hole was, yes.
Okay. And what did it prove any defect in either system?
The curb trap at 5317 had an opening in it, and it was defective. So they got a notice for their curb trap.
Okay. And that was based
talking about
on
apples
the
and
second
oranges.
inspection.
It's
Yeah,
like
but I'm
apples-
saying that was the second inspection though, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right. I think
We can no
what I'm
longer
hearing.
test for what we talking about, 5315. We can no longer dye test for that because the cave-in was filled in.
Okay. And
So
Miss Bennett,
to prove to her that her lateral was defective, we couldn't do it anymore because the cave-in was filled.
okay. All right. Thank you. Miss Bennett, do you have anything else before we move on?
Add on to that. I just want to add on to that.
No, what I'm asking.
Again.
No, Miss Bennett, do you have a specific question? Because you will have an opportunity to present your case after your question.
Yes, my question to you is, why would you waste your time going out on a second trip?
How is that relevant? Miss Bennett?
Can I answer it?
No.
If you could not test a lateral.
Miss Bennett?
And you knew that there was no cave-in.
Miss Bennett?
Why would you come back out a second time?
Miss Bennett, what's the relevance of whether or not why she came out? That's not relevant.
Don't you want to know why?
No, I want to know.
A dye test?
No, I want to know.
Dye test. Why would you waste your time?
Miss Bennett,
Yes.
you have to understand. Excuse me. What you have to understand, Miss Bennett, we are going to ask specific questions and get specific answers regarding the facts. Okay, that's what we want to know, whether or not there is a broken lateral and who's responsible for that broken lateral. That's all we want to know. Now, if she went out on a second time, that's fine. Whether or not you think she should have done something different, that's an irrelevant matter. We just want to know if she went out and she did. Miss Warren, no. You only respond through your lawyer or to a specific question, okay? There will not be back and forth conversation. Now, let's do this. Miss Anthony Nasiadis.
Yes,
I'm getting close. Do you have anything else for this one? I want to move on to let Miss Bennett present her case if you don't have anything else.
No, I would like to, if the chair, like I said, Mr. Myers previously testified, but I'm happy to pull up the notice again to go through, just to clarify what a cave-in is and where they dye tested, et cetera.
Okay, I think we all are clear on that. I think the issue, and let's have Miss Bennett give us her testimony and present her case. So if she raises new issues that we haven't considered before, we will certainly ask you to do that. Ms. Bennett, do you need the city to put on the screen share the image of the property?
No, I'm totally fine.
Okay, please give us your facts as you understand them.
Okay, here we go. There was a cave-in that happened in May of 2019. The cave-in was in the street, not on my sidewalk. It was bumped up to the curb. It was a small hole. I contacted the city, 311, whatever it is, I reported it. I reported it again. I reported it again. The hole got bigger. I reported it again. I called my council person, on and on and on. Never got fixed. And let's just say October or November, I get a notice because I can't remember the date. I have it here if we absolutely need it. I get a notice. It says, hey, Miss Bennett, your curb trap is broken. What? I just had a curb trap done in 2013. I can't believe another curb trap is broken. Yes, ma'am, we did a dye test and your curb trap is broken and it's your responsibility to repair it.
Chairman,
yes,
if I may, I'm going to object as to relevance. We're here for a defective lateral.
Yes, you're
At
right.
all these,
You're right.
If I may finish.
yes.
Ms. Bennett bringing up prior notices that she has complied with, I don't see the point, the relevance in bringing previous notices that we are not here for today. She did not appeal those notices, so I don't feel it's appropriate for her to be bringing up those notices. We're here for a defective lateral.
Okay, let's do this. Ms. Bennett, the notice that you're referring to, is that the notice regarding your lateral?
Sir, this is all about the same
I asked the
exact
question.
statement.
But I asked the question.
No, I had a curb trap, so I got the curb
No.
trap.
You, Miss
Later,
Bennett,
it was my lateral.
is the notice that you just referenced, is that the notice regarding the lateral?
All tied in, all the same. It's all within days of one another.
But
Within
I'm
days.
asking that question. If it isn't your notice regarding the lateral, then we need to move on to the lateral matter. So I'm asking you to
Sure, let's
focus.
move on to the lateral. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. So after I had my curb trap fixed and the city came out and inspected it, they were supposed to come fill up the hole. The hole never got filled up. 3 weeks later, December 26th, I get a notice that my lateral is now broken. What? I just replaced 2 curb traps. Now my lateral's broken? I don't believe it. Someone needs to show me. I contacted Tamika. Not Tamika. Yeah, Tamika. I'm sorry on her name right now. Yes, Tamika Warren. I said, hey, this is a problem. I explained to her everything that I just explained to you. She said, I am going to personally meet you out at the property and we are going to look at this dye test together and we are going to figure out what's going on. You're awesome, wonderful. Thank you. This is on a Thursday. I'll see you Monday morning. Fantastic. Coldest day of the year, I show up. She doesn't show up, nor a courtesy phone call to me to say, hey, I'm not showing up because the hole is filled in. I was sitting across the street, never even realized the hole got filled in. But praise Jesus, the hole is filled in. Now what are we going to do about the lateral? She said, ma'am, I don't know what to tell you. It's filled in. I can't test it. You need to contact an appeal. You have to do an appeal. January 31st, I did an appeal. The appeal was scheduled for June of 2020. COVID happened. Nothing happened over all that period of time. My first final hearing was this past October. Prior to that, over the summer, I wanted to get my concrete redone. I am all about upkeeping my property. I've never had any problems. I want to get the concrete all banged out. Do me a favor, Tamika, I haven't talked to you in 6 months. This is still an appeal. I want to get it fixed. If there's a problem, let's fix it. If there's not a problem, yay. Can you meet me after we dig out the concrete? Can you come out and do the dye test and check it out? Steph, let me know when the concrete's dug up. I'll be right out. I call her a week later. The concrete's dug up. I'm sending my crew out tomorrow, she says, 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. or whatever it was. They went out. We spoke in the afternoon. I had to contact her. Hey, how did the guys make out for the dye test? Well, here's the thing. The dye test came back clear, but you still have a lateral problem. Wait a minute, I don't understand. Dye test clear, still a lateral problem. Miss Bennett, I can't test in the hole because the hole was filled. So therefore, I have to go by what the city told you first time around. I can't prove to you that there is no lateral issue, that it's all filled up. So according to me, you have a lateral problem. I said, do me a favor. Write me another letter. Tell me I have a lateral problem so I can contact my company and they can go out and fix it. End of story. Here we are at this hearing. I explained everything to you the last time. Tamika couldn't come in on the last call. We are here now. I am here to tell you that I had the plumber come out and the plumber ran the line straight through with the video camera that I have a tape of, and it is perfect, swooped it right down, no problem. And he has your report for you that says there's no problem with the lateral. Now, isn't that something? So here's what I think the city of Philadelphia does.
Miss Bennett, Miss Bennett,
Yes.
Miss Bennett, if you want to present your case, please, but theatrics will not help any of us.
So frustrating.
Miss Bennett, may I ask you a question? Miss Bennett, if you'll stop for a minute. You just said, first of all, do you live in this property at 5315 Jackson Street?
No, I do not.
It's a rental property.
Yes, sir.
Okay, number one. Number two, you said you had a plumber come out
Yes.
and he tested it.
Tested, wrote the report, all is perfect.
And what did you do with this report? Did you share it with the city?
I have it right here, right now for you.
Well, how you know, we're sitting here. Have you could have filed it, sent it in, provided it to Ms. Warren, and now you're saying you have it here and we're in a Zoom hearing. How are we supposed to be able to read it?
This is where I thought that I was supposed to tell you everything. We had this hearing scheduled. I don't know that I'm supposed to send it to anyone. I can email it to Deborah if she's on the line. I can send it right to her. I can send her the video.
Ms. Bennett, there's information I believe in your notice that any attachments or evidence should be submitted to Friday before the hearing.
No,
that should have been in your written notice. That should have been. It should have been. That should have been.
Deborah this morning.
That should have been in your written notice.
I didn't get a notice.
If you stop talking, you might be able to listen to what the chairman is saying.
That should have been in your written notice, because we would be good to. We can't see it now because also the city's law department should have seen it earlier. It would be great to give it to them so they can in fact be able to make a determination as to how to proceed in the hearing. Is your plumber available now for testimony?
I guess.
I mean, is he here?
I never called them.
Okay.
To say that I was doing this hearing.
And so
I never got a notice. I had to message Deborah this morning to find out what the login information was. Never got a notice.
Miss Bennett, well, let's just for a moment, just stop for a moment.
How could you not get a notice? You're here. You must have received something.
Message Deborah. Deborah and I couldn't make the last hearing because I was at another hearing because I had stolen property from my home down in Wildwood. And so Deborah and I communicate via email, and I told her I couldn't make that hearing. She said, okay, we're going to make it for the 8th. And I messaged her this morning and said, hey, I never got paperwork. I have in my phone that the hearing is at 1 o'clock today, but I don't have any login information. She emailed me stuff. Here's all the information. So
okay.
I can email her a copy of the report. I can email her the video. I don't know how you want me to do it.
Well, I think it's maybe
I thought I was to present everything to you.
Just one thing before we do anything rash. Ms. Richardson, just we're going to go off the record just for 2 minutes. Court reporter, Ms. Richardson, just check the record. What's the date of the original written notice?
Yes, I'm looking at the file now. Would you like to stop the recording? Is that what you said?
Yes, just stop the recording just for a minute.
Yes, stop the recording.
4715. 5315 Jackson Street. Mr. Pettit had a question for the appellant.
Miss Stephanie, do you own the property by yourself?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay. All right, thank you. Ms. Athasiadis, we believe we received some video information that we will also forward to you. And before we continue in this hearing, we need to decide if you need any time at all to have your staff take a look at it. Ms. Bennett is alleging that this information will support her contention that her lateral is not broken. And it's unfair to make a decision about that without understanding the credibility of the information. And I don't believe you've had a chance to review it yet.
I haven't received anything, Chairman.
Okay. And during the break, we did ask Ms. Bennett to send it to board's administration. And we did receive something. I'm not sure what it is. So it's now being reviewed, and those documents will be forwarded to each board member as well as to the city's law department. And so I believe where we are and the advice that we've gotten is that we need to confirm, and that may require that we continue this once more. Ms. Bennett, you did receive prior written communication. We have copies of letters that were mailed to your address on James Street. And in those letters, it does say to you that documentation should be submitted to the city the Friday before the hearing. And so go back and take a look at prior letters that you've gotten. You did not get a letter regarding today's hearing. You're absolutely right. But you did get written communication about prior hearings. It's about the same violation. So it all applies for today. And so the law department has to have that before we can decide.
You want me to email it directly?
No, don't do anything else. Don't do anything. You've already sent it to board's administration. It's now being circulated.
Is there a way that I can get them on the phone, FaceTime them on the phone with you?
No. Everything has to be done prior to a hearing, and we are in the hearing.
Well, you would ask me if I could get them on the line as a witness.
But we need to see their faces and etc. Phone call would not work.
Well, if I FaceTime them, I could show you the phone and they'd be on the phone with you.
I'm not sure that's going to work for us.
And be done with it, you know?
The city has to review it and have its own people to take a look at it and see if they in fact agree with it.
Chairman, if I may, I did receive 2 emails from Miss Alford. However, I don't know what the format is of what was forwarded. If they are just videos, I apologize, or if there's documentation, but I'm unable. I'm trying to open them as I'm speaking. I'm unable to open whatever format they were saved in.
Okay.
I'm unable to open it.
Well, let's do this.
One letter.
Let's do this. What we're going to do, Ms. Bennett, do you have any additional information you want to share?
Nope.
I didn't hear you.
No, I'm just not happy with how
I
things.
just asked, do you have any additional information? The answer is no, correct? You shaking your head doesn't help us. It's a court report, has to record your response.
I'm saying no, but you didn't hear me, I guess. I said no.
Okay, thank you. The city, do you have any additional argument you want to make? Understanding that we will continue this hearing for the narrow purpose of hearing your response to the video that was submitted by Ms. Bennett, because you want to give you an opportunity to review that. Any other argument you want to make?
If I may
Yes, sir.
interject, there may be, I saw on my emails, 2 emails that I received from Ms. Richardson or from Sherelle. Either way, if there is a chain of emails from Ms. Bennett, which has been provided in those emails that Ms. Athanasiadis can access. So I presume that if in fact there is information that is missing or not provided, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering your last name, Athanasiadis can contact Ms. Bennett and ask her to provide what it is you've testified to. You've testified to receiving a plumber's report and having a video of the lateral. So if that information has not been provided, Ms. Athanasiadis can contact you and ask you to resubmit it to her, and she will work with her client to determine if anything further needs to be done by anyone when we have the resumption of this hearing.
Okay.
Is that okay? Now let me ask city solicitor, counsel, is that acceptable?
No, that's acceptable, Mr. Pincus. I would just ask Miss Bennett while we're on the record, whatever video, photos, or alleged plumbing report she claims to have in her possession, that also be forwarded simultaneously to the board when it is sent to me to copy Ms. Richardson, so there's no ex parte anything happening, so everyone has the same things at the next hearing and no one's missing one thing and something's provided at the last minute again. And I would just ask that be done if the board is so inclined, and we'll be continuing it to, I presume, the next scheduled date, the 22nd. I would ask that it be rescheduled immediately and that the items that Ms. Bennett is alleging she has in her possession, that they be provided forthwith. And so we don't get to that next date and then something else, and she
Okay.
sees the board as well.
Okay.
And I would just reserve my argument since the board isn't going to be making a decision today. It will be continued to have Ms. Warren, and I'll reserve my right to bring up any additional issues, documentation that I have at that time, because, that way it's
Okay.
fresh in everyone's minds.
Thank you. So that's what we will do. We'll continue this matter. This is highly unusual. The board rarely does this. Ms. Bennett, understand this is a legal proceeding, and this is highly unusual. The board will make a decision at our next hearing. No other comments. No, nothing else to be said. We're
Nothing,
continuing the case.
nothing.
We're done.
Nothing,
We're
Ms.
done.
Bennett.
We're done for today. We'll continue this case. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for your participation. Let's move on to the next matter.
May I be excused, Mr.
Yes, ma'am.
Chairman Woodson and
Yes,
my
sir.
witness? Thank you.
Yes, Sam. Thank you very much for your participation. Thank you. Let's move on. What do we have next?
We are at case 83. I did send an email. I'm not sure who's handling this.
Okay, let's read it in, please.
Thank you. Case number 83, appeal number HA-222-000394. Ruth Brown, intent to cease 4320 through 22 Tarsdale Avenue.
Amy
Okay.
Skiles, counsel for the
Ms.
city of
Good
Philadelphia.
afternoon.
Good
Okay.
afternoon.
Okay. Has anyone spoken with Ruth E. Brown? Is Ruth E. Brown on today's call? Ms. Skiles, you're
Sent an
muted.
email to board's administration regarding withdrawing her appeal. I sent that to the board members and Ed and the law department when she sent that to me.
Okay.
I think on Friday. I don't know
Okay.
the exact date.
Ms. Skiles, the board administration has advised us that the withdrawal has been submitted. Do you have that information?
I did not see that information, but now that the appeal has been withdrawn,
Okay.
we,
Okay. We'll note it as withdrawn. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Next case is case 84.
Okay.
oh, once again, Amy Skiles, counsel for the city of Philadelphia.
Okay. We'll need to read it in completely, Ms. Richardson.
Yes, case 84, appeal number HA-2022-000479. Lonry Okul, I'm not really sure how to pronounce that name.
Olukun.
Go ahead.
Olukun.
Okay. 2228 South 63rd Street.
Okay. Is anyone here representing 222 South 63rd Street? Lamre Olukun.
I'm sorry. 2228 South 63rd Street.
Okay. Anyone here representing that 63rd Street address? This case was scheduled to be heard at 1:15 today. Ms. Skiles, have you had any information or contact with the appellant?
I have not.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Pincus, what is the time?
3:38 PM.
3:38 PM. Okay, already. With regard to HA-2022-000479, Lanre Alukwan, 22228 South 63rd Street, city affirmed lack of appearance.
City affirmed non-appearance.
Hello, I'm right here. Hello, I'm right here.
Your
Hello?
names? Yes. Your name, sir?
I'm Lanre Olukun.
Oh, sir, we were just at the point of voting on your case.
I'm Lanre Olukun here.
Okay, now, we need to see your face.
I don't have to work the Zoom on the phone. I'm not good like in technology. I'm not good in technology. I'm a cab driver, like I'm not good in technology.
Okay. Okay, just for a moment now. There's some interference in your phone line. Are you in a bad place, or is some other electronics that's causing some problems? We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
That's easier.
Like, can you hear me now?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And your relationship to this property, sir?
I'm a tenant.
You're a tenant. Okay.
Right.
All right. Just one moment.
Okay.
Mr. Jefferson, I assume if we get Mr. Olaquan to swear on the record, we can proceed. You're muted.
Yes, if he swears that he is the person that appealed it, yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Ms. Skiles, do you have any objection to that?
No objection.
Okay. Mr. Olaquan, would you pronounce your name clearly, slowly, and spell your last name? So we'll have you sworn in.
Okay, Mr. Lanre Oluokun, Oluokun.
Okay. We will ask you to raise your right hand and to affirm that the following. Mr. Olaquan, are you in fact Lanre Olaquan who submitted the appeal regarding 2228 South 63rd Street? And do you swear to be truthful in your testimony today?
Yes, sir. I swear
Okay,
to be
thank you.
truthful in my testimony today.
Okay, thank you. Miss Amy Skiles, representing the city of Philadelphia as an attorney, she will present the city's case, and then you will have an opportunity to speak after she's done that. Ms. Skiles?
Okay.
Yes, I will be calling Inspector Brian Conaway as my witness.
Okay. Please proceed. Mr. Conaway, is he present?
He is. He
Okay, Mr. Conaway, you raise your right hand. Mr. Conaway, do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth to help you God?
I do.
All right, thank you. You place your hand down. Okay.
Okay, good afternoon, Inspector Conaway. Could you introduce yourself to the board?
Yes, I'm Inspector Conaway of Philadelphia License and Inspection, Fire 2 Code Inspector. My responsibilities are all existing structures, property maintenance, fire code, and zoning, as well as licensing.
And how long have you worked in this role at LNI?
5.5 years.
5.5 years, okay. And are you familiar with the property at 2228 South 63rd Street?
I am.
And how are you familiar with this property?
I was called to this property as a direct result of a complaint, a service request regarding raw sewage.
And did you have an opportunity to go out and inspect this property yourself?
I did.
And when did you go to this property?
I did an inspection on this property on January 31st, 2022.
And with the board's permission, I would like to share my screen.
Okay. Ms. Skiles, please describe what you're going to put up because I don't believe the appellant has access to visually see it. So just tell them, describe what it is you're showing.
So I'm about to show the notice of violation and some photographs of the property as Inspector Conaway saw it the day that he went out to the property.
Thank you.
Okay. And so Inspector Conaway, could you describe the property as you saw it the day you inspected it?
Out to the property, it is a duplex. Never gained access to the second floor unit, only the basement and the first floor unit. At the time of the inspection there, I observed that the stack pipe had been damaged and that there was raw sewage in the basement, along with fire code violations in the basement, as well as fire code violations in the first floor unit and property maintenance violations in the unit.
Okay. And based on your observations, did you write a notice of violation?
Yes, I did.
And can you see the screen that I'm sharing now?
I can.
Is this the notice of violation that you wrote for this property?
It is.
Okay. So I'm just going to scroll down to the violations. What violations are cited in this notice of violation?
This particular violation here is the violation of raw sewage in the basement.
Okay. And then scrolling down, there are other violations that you cited as well?
Yes, yes, there are.
Okay. And did you notify the the property owner of these violations?
There was a notice of violation sent out via United States Postal Service. I also hand delivered the notice of violation to the property maintenance. To the property, the people that maintain the property.
Okay.
around the corner.
And at any time, have you heard back from the property owner?
I have not.
Okay. So I'm now going to scroll down to some photographs. And Inspector Conaway, can you tell the board what we're looking at here?
This particular picture is a picture of one, the raw sewage on the basement floor, as well as the exposed electrical wires on the heating.
Okay. And what type of hazard would this pose to the residents of the building?
Numerous of hazards. Number one, the raw sewage is hazardous to human life. Of course, it's you can't breathe that, so that's very hazardous. And then with the water reaching the electrical components on the heating unit, proposes a hazard as well, fire hazard.
Okay. Scrolling down. And what are we looking at in this photograph?
More pictures of the sewage on the basement floor and how is the level of it to the water heaters.
Okay. And this photograph here?
That's a picture of an open junction box at the basement ceiling.
Okay. And in this open junction box, is this safe?
No, there are exposed electrical wires there.
Okay. And what potential dangers could this cause?
It could spark. It could spark. And, all it takes is a spark.
Mm-hmm. And then this photograph, what are we looking at here?
We're looking at the broken stack pipe.
Okay. And would this be how that open sewage has gotten into the basement?
It is.
Okay. And so what about this photograph?
This is a picture of the ceiling in the rear first floor bedroom.
Okay. And then in this photograph?
That's a picture of the ceiling in the interior porch.
Okay. And then what about this photograph?
This is a picture of the unfit placard that was posted on the property.
Okay. And when did you post this unfit placard on the property?
On January 31st, 2022.
Okay. And what does that mean when you post a building as unfit?
It's allowing the tenants to know that the Department of License and Inspection has deemed this property inhabitable.
Inhabitable. Okay. And to your knowledge, have any of these violations been corrected or repaired?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay, so the violations as you saw them exist when you did your inspection, would they cause a danger to the health and safety of the occupants of that building?
It does, hence is why we propose to do a cease operations on the property.
Okay, and how would it cause a danger to the health and safety of the occupants of the building?
It's a life safety issue. I believe, and even though I didn't see it, but I believe the tenant upstairs also has children in the property. So it's you can't breathe this stuff.
Okay.
Fatal.
Okay. And I believe you also mentioned there, in addition to the raw sewage, there are multiple fire code violations on this property as well.
Yes. So this property has a history of violations that have been ignored. Fire code violations, property maintenance violations, so much so that they have been forwarded to municipal court. So what we did was we consolidated all of those violations along with the current violations of the raw sewage.
Okay. Okay. So as it stands today, it's still your opinion that this structure is unfit for habitation and poses a danger to the health and safety of all occupants?
At this particular time, yes, I have not been able to gain access back into the property since January 31st, 2022.
Okay. I have no further questions for Inspector Conaway.
I have a question.
Yes.
Since January 31st, you just said you weren't able to gain further entrance. Have you gone out and tried to enter the property between January 31st and today?
No, so the property was due for re-inspection February 2nd, but the tenant filed an appeal. So once the appeal was filed, that kind of freezes us. We wasn't allowed to go back out to the property until the outcome of this hearing.
I guess I need is Mr. I guess I missed something. Is Mr. Oluokun?
Olokun, yeah.
Are you a tenant or are you the owner?
I'm the tenant.
Thank you.
So, what's your well, let's do this. Mr. Lokun, do you have any questions of the inspector based on his testimony?
Yeah, like I have a question for him because after he left a letter for me, and I took the letter to the landlord, and the landlord called the master plumber, and the master plumber get a permit from the national and inspection to do the job. And after the job is finished, and I called Inspector Conaway, he told me, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to the owner because I'm trying to tell him to come and inspect it. The master plumber.
Wait. Do you have a question of Mr. Conway based on his testimony? If not, just hold your comments until you can tell us what you know. Okay. So if you don't have any questions, let's just let the city finish his presentation and then you can share with us the current status of things. Okay. Anything else from the city?
No, nothing further.
Okay. Now, sir, Mr. Lokun, you are a resident of the building, correct?
Correct.
Which apartment do you live?
I live on the second floor and I've been living down there for the past 5 years.
5 years. Okay. Is there anyone living on the first floor?
Yeah, some people are living on the first floor. Yeah.
Okay. Now, has the owner spoken to you as to has the owner made repairs to the property?
Yeah, the owner called the master plumber, and me myself, I talked to the master plumber, and master plumber told me he's trying to get the permit from the city, or when the city approved the permit, or they come and dig the hole and fix everything. That's the time I called Inspector Conaway. He told me he don't want to talk to me.
Wait. When did you speak to the master plumber?
The day I submit the appeal. When I come back home and I went down to the the landlord office.
Okay, what is the master plumber's name?
I don't know his name, but the landlord gave me his phone number and I called him direct.
Sure. Did the landlord tell you why he did not contact the city about making the repairs?
No, he told me the master plumber get a permit from the city, and me myself, and I called the master plumber, and the next Monday,
No, you misunderstood me. The question to you is that the landlord explained to you why he did not call the city to tell them he was correcting the violations.
He told me he called the master plumber to come and fix it.
I'm not talking about that. I'm asking you, did he tell you if he has spoken with anyone from the city, license and inspection, or anyone else about his plans to make repairs?
He told me once he made the repair, they will come and inspect it. That's what he told me.
Okay, all right. I think I got the answer. So have the repairs been made yet?
Yeah, the repair been made. The master plumber get the permit approval from the license and inspection.
When were the repairs made?
The repair was made on February 6th.
February 6th? Okay.
Yeah.
Have you been in the basement to see if the repairs have been made?
Yes, sir. I've been in the basement. It's dry. Everything is clear. It's dry.
Okay. And based on your testimony, the repairs are done. Okay. So
yes, the repair is done.
Okay. How do you want to respond to this and move forward with this? What do you want to do?
Well, we're still asking that the board affirm for the city and cease the property. We haven't been informed of any repairs, and even if we accepted the testimony of the witness here today, there are still multiple fire code violations that would pose a threat to the health and safety of everyone in the building. And we've only heard about a plumber. So even taking this testimony, it is still not enough to make the building safe. So we would still be asking to cease the property and a city affirm today.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else have any questions? Okay. I'm proposing that we move to a decision on this. Mr. Locon, since you have good communication with the landlord, I suggest you call him and tell him he needs to talk to the law department and or L&I right away. Okay, let's do this. With regard to appeal number HA-2022-000479-2228 South 63rd Street, City Affirmed.
City affirmed.
City affirmed.
Mr. Locon, you've lost your appeal.
Yeah.
But the landlord needs to talk to somebody. You've lost your appeal. We voted against your appeal. You need to have the landlord call the city right away, because the city inspectors will be out there to look again and to start the eviction. So you got to do something. He has to do something. Okay. So I want you to understand.
Excuse me, if it's all the problem already, where can I go for like from tomorrow? If it's all the problem already.
You need to go to his office tonight or tomorrow and tell him he needs to call the city of Philadelphia.
His office is closed by now, like they close by 2 p.m.
We'll call him tomorrow.
And like, or like the inspector can come and inspect the place tomorrow. It's already fixed.
Well, he needs to tell us that. We can't rely on your word. He needs to tell the city that, and the city needs to come and look at it.
They can come and look at it tomorrow. They can come and look at it tomorrow.
Well, no. You need to talk to the landlord tomorrow and tell him you lost your appeal. And in the meantime, the city inspectors will be in touch with, to schedule another inspection to come out and look. Okay?
Or the inspector can come and look at it or like tomorrow and see the place it's already fixed.
The city will come out there as soon as they can to take a look. But in the meantime, you need to tell the landlord what we decided today. Okay?
Then like the landlord, I'm not the owner of the place. I just appeal on my behalf. Or you still need to give the landlord his own chance, to talk to his lawyer.
And we made the decision that we ruled against your appeal. That's what we decided.
I'm a tenant. I'm just a tenant.
I know you are.
Landlord is the owner of the property. Yeah.
I know. We made a decision. The answer is no. The city's position is affirmed, and so that's what we decided based on the testimony today. So we finished with the case for now. Okay.
But what I'm saying is that I let the landlord owner call you or try to see if you can come and see if it's the place already.
Okay, we'll call the inspector tomorrow. You can do that if you want, but we made a decision.
What's the inspector number? What's the inspector number?
Mr. Conway, you prepared? Are you able to do that? Provide that number?
Yes.
Okay.
I can be reached at 215 906
906
33 49.
215.
The property owner.
Okay.
Have a conversation with the property owner.
215 906 and 3349, right?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I will call
we
him
move
now.
on to the next matter. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
Okay, Ms. Giles, you have anything else?
Nothing further for this matter.
Okay, thank you very much. So everyone is excused on this case. Okay, what is the next matter?
Number 85. Case number 85, appeal number HA-2022-000845. Nakia intent to cease 3846 North 16th Street.
Okay, I think that's Nakia Miles. Who's representing the city?
Amy Skiles, counsel for the city of Philadelphia.
Okay, is Nakia Miles present?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Ms. Miles, What is your relationship to this property?
Tenant,
Your tenant? Okay.
yes,
Would you raise your right hand so that you may be sworn? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth so help you God?
yes.
Okay, thank you. You can place your hand down. Okay, Ms. Skiles, please proceed.
Yes, I would call Inspector Wilborn.
Hello.
Oh, yes.
Okay, Mr. Wilborn, need to swear you in. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today be the truth so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Please proceed.
Okay, Inspector Wilborn, how long, where are you currently employed?
Employed with the City of Philadelphia Department of Licenses and Inspections.
Okay, and how long have you been employed in that capacity?
Just shy of 9 years.
9 years. And what are your responsibilities with the licensing and inspection?
So we enforce the Philadelphia Fire Code and Property Maintenance Code, as well as zoning and other issues like that.
Okay. And are you familiar with the property 3846 North 16th Street?
Yes.
And how are you familiar with that property?
I responded to a complaint at the property for a no heat situation, which was confirmed.
Okay. And so did you go out to this property and inspect the property?
Yes.
And when did you inspect the property?
The violations dates we believe was December 13th.
Okay. And could you describe the condition of the property when you inspected it on December 13th?
Yeah, it was a single family home. No real blaring issues structurally. There was a lack of a carbon monoxide detector, a lack of a smoke alarm in the basement, as well as no heat present in the property.
Okay. And with the board's permission, I would like to share my screen for the NOV.
Yes.
Okay. And sorry. Okay. So based on your inspection of the property, Inspector Wilborn, did you write an NOV and notice a violation?
That's correct.
Okay. And is this the notice of violation that you wrote?
Yes.
Okay. And so, like you said, the violations that you wrote were no heat in the property, as well as no smoke alarm, no carbon monoxide detector. Any other violations?
No, that was it.
Okay. We'll now move on to some photographs. And is this, what are we looking at in this photograph?
So that's a photograph of the heating system. Once I went out there, I had the thermostat turned on just to see if we got any activity, which we did not.
Okay. And how was the home being heated when you visited in December?
I believe it's some space heaters.
Okay. And is that a safe way of heating a home?
No.
And why not?
So with the lack of heat in a property, there's it pretty much encourages the use of other means of heat. Space heaters aren't for permanent heating. Maybe like an accent heat, but permanent heating, they're plugged into the walls. They can overheat with extended use, cause a fire, as well as the lack of heat could also promote someone maybe using their stove. That's not uncommon as well, which is also very dangerous.
Okay. And then moving on, what is this photograph?
It's a photograph of the front door. Just,
okay.
Yeah, just for records.
Okay. And that was December 13th. And then once again, did you go out to the home again in January?
Yes, that was for the reinspection. The heat was not fixed then, and which is when we decided to move forward.
Okay. And what was the date of that second inspection?
I do not have it in front of me, to be honest.
But it was in January of 2020?
It was in January, yes.
Okay. And the home still did not have any heat?
That's correct.
Okay. And how many people are residing in this property?
At the time that I was there the second time, there were two, and I believe there was a young child.
A young child as well. Okay. And so did you send the notice of violation to the owner of the property?
Yes,
Okay. And have you heard anything from the owner?
I have not.
Okay. To your knowledge, have any of the violations that you issued the notice of violation for, have they been corrected yet?
To my knowledge, no.
Okay. So as far as you're aware, the home is still without a smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector, and without adequate heat?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And would these conditions pose a danger to the health and safety of the occupants of the building?
Absolutely.
And why would they pose a risk to the health and safety of the occupants of the building?
Well, the lack of smoke alarm goes in conjunction with maybe a prolonged use of a space heating or things like that. If there's a fire to happen, in, let's just say, in the basement area or things like that, that's one level that doesn't have the protection to alert the family that there's an issue there. As well as for the carbon monoxide detector, let's just say they were using the stove, or if there was another leak in a gassing system or something like that, and there's some carbon dioxide that is emitting from there, that detector would be able to pick it up and alert that family. And if we do not have one, we have an issue.
Okay. And that's why it's your recommendation to cease the property until all of those violations can be corrected?
That's correct.
Okay. And at this time, is the department, is the property unfit for habitation at this time?
Yes, with the lack of heating in there, yes.
Okay. I have no further questions for Inspector Wilborn.
Okay, thank you. And the the appellant again, that's Ms. Miles.
Yes,
Do you have any questions of the inspector based on his testimony?
no.
Okay. Ms. Miles, tell us what your relationship is to the property and what the current situation is, please.
Okay, so I'm currently a resident, Section 8. I've been in property for 2 years, going on 3 years now.
Okay, wait a
I'm
minute.
currently-
Before you continue, ma'am, is there a way for you to adjust your device so we can see your face? We'd like to see your face. Okay, that's much better. Yes, thank you.
Oh, so I've been in this property.
Yes, just 1
almost-
minute. Ms. Pincus, yes?
Was Ms. Miles sworn in?
Yes, I did swear her in.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Miles, please continue.
I'm currently a Section 8 resident. I've been in the property for going on 3 years. I currently been without heat since October. I notified my landlord on several occasions to come out and fix the heat. He came out here on several times. He sent several people out here on several occasions. And the first person told him that he needed to have someone come out and redo the plumbing for the whole pipes because the plumbing was old, the pipes was old. So once he got that notice, he never reached back out to me. I had to fight for him to bring heaters out to the house to warm the house. I'm currently waiting for my current unit from Section 8 to go sign the lease. It just been inspected on Friday. It was inspected, so I'm just waiting for Section 8 to call me down to sign my lease so I could move out the property. So I'm just asking for a time for that.
Okay, so you've made plans to move and you found another property.
Yes, another Section 8 house. So like I said, it was already inspected. Basically, I talked to the landlord from the property today because she's aware of the situation that's going on here and she's trying to push for Section 8. So basically now she's just waiting for them to get back to her with a signing date so I could come down and sign the lease and get out the property. But the house was approved for a move-in.
Okay, did you ever have the folk from PHA, the Section 8 people, to inspect the heat situation?
No, I guess they went by, the word of me telling them that, the heat wasn't fixed and that the issue with the heat, and that's why they issued me a new voucher to move out the house.
Okay, so you don't know if they ever came to inspect it themselves?
No.
Okay, so do you know if they've taken any action against the landlord?
I'm not sure because at this point, they're not receiving no rent from Section 8 because he keeps sending me the bills. So I know that he's not getting his portion from Section 8.
Okay, who is the landlord, by the way?
It's FDL Properties.
Okay, SDL Properties?
Yeah, F as in Frank, DL Properties.
Oh, FD as in David?
Yes.
L is in love
Yes.
properties. Okay. All right. And FDL properties. And I guess, Mr. Wilburn, did anyone from the owner respond to you, to your notices?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. And ma'am, do you have any anticipated date for this whole thing to be resolved on your end?
No, so like I said, I'm just waiting for Section 8 to reach out to the owner to let us know when the signing date. Hopefully it should be by the end of this week, but if not this week, it should be sometime next week. But I'm pushing it, like I'm trying to call down there and get, the situation handled faster.
Okay, and and you have space heaters at the moment?
Yes, we're only using 2 space heaters at the time in the house that I'm in now, and we keep them like in the bedroom, like we don't have them plugged up all over the house because we don't use the whole house.
Okay, and how many people reside in the property?
So it's me and my 2 daughters and my 2 grandchildren.
So there are 5 people, 5 residents.
Yes.
Okay, how many adults?
It's 3.
3 adults?
Yes.
And 2 children?
Yes.
Okay, and will the new property, all of you will be moving together into this new property?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alrighty. Any other questions from anyone? Okay, the property is currently without heat, so the cease operations is valid. The issue is timing, I guess, Ms. Skiles, and your ability to work with the resident to work out the schedule.
Is we would still be asking for an immediate cease. These conditions are very dangerous, and I know that Miss Miles will be moving soon. I don't think
if it's an issue, excuse me, but if it's an issue like y'all said with the carbon monoxide detector and the smoke alarm in the basement, I don't have no problem going to go purchase one until my leave out this building. I'm just asking for time because I don't have anywhere else to go. If I had somewhere else to go, I wouldn't have never put in for a pill to try to stay in this property until my other property was ready.
Okay. Any other questions from anyone? Okay. Miss Miles, you have to understand something, that we're sympathetic to your circumstance, and it would be great if the folk from the Housing Authority, whoever's working on this Section 8 cert for you, do they understand that the cease operation is in place?
Yes.
And that you're at risk of being evicted?
Yes.
And your landlord hasn't responded, so that puts you in a very bad situation.
It's not the landlord that's not responding. I have to deal with Section 8 that.
But the landlord has to replace the heater.
Oh, you talking about here in this unit?
Yes. The landlord hasn't responded to the notices of defect or anything else. And so we don't want you and your children or your grandchildren to be in a house that's dangerous. That's our problem. And it's too many recorded incidents of severe fires and other things from this sort of thing happening. Okay, Ms. Skiles, before we go bring this to a vote, anything else?
No, but basically I would just echo everything that you just said. That's why we would be asking for the cease to be effective immediately.
Okay. Just one moment.
A real man of you or a man of you now to try to belittle what you did.
Okay. Okay. Miss Miles, are you still paying rent to the landlord?
No.
Okay. How long have you not been paying rent?
Since like September.
Okay. Well, I'm not your attorney, and you may want to go talk to the folk at get an attorney right away at Community Legal Service or something, because if you do have the ability, for instance, to replace the smoke detectors, particularly in the basement where the heater is, please do that right away because your safety is at risk. This is a serious matter. You should do it right away. But also, if you our role here is to look at whether or not the city is followed the rules and has done everything properly in terms of writing notice. And so we have to vote on that today. We don't have the authority to necessarily to put you in a better living situation. And although we're empathetic to what you're dealing with, our hands are tied with that. And so before we put it to a vote, if nothing else, we're going to call this to a vote. Okay. And the city of Philadelphia, the law department, and L&I will work with you in terms of actual moving dates and that sort of thing. But you do have to concern yourself with vacating the property. Okay. HA-2022-000-845, Nakia Miles, 3846 North 16th Street, City affirmed.
City affirmed.
Mr. Pettit, you're muted. You're muted, Mr. Pettit. We didn't record your vote.
You're still muted.
I'm still muted.
Okay. You have a vote for the record, please?
Yeah, city affirmed.
Okay. As much as we hate doing this, Miss Miles, we don't have much choice. Your house is not habitable in its current state, and it'd be better if Lord willing, you can find your other property ready soon. Please let the folk know at PHA who's working on this that we in fact we took a vote today, and the vote is to support the city's position.
So how long do I have to be out the property?
The L&I will work with you and with the law department to determine that. They will let you know. So contact them, please.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Do we have anything else for today?
No.
Really?
Oh, wait a minute.
This one hurt.
Miss Alfred had something, but I think that's.
I don't think case number 14 was read into the record.
Number 14?
Do you have it
Okay.
marked down? Because I do not.
No, so we need to have that one read into the record. Number 14. Who's representing the city in this matter? Read it in, and then we'll get the city's lawyer to report.
Okay, yes, sir. Case number 14, appeal number HA-2020-000355. Philadelphia Energy Solutions Refining and Marketing LLC, 3144 Passyunk Avenue.
Yeah, the record is noted as withdrawn according
Yes.
to the record we have. So note that it's withdrawn. Okay, thank you. I think that's the last matter.
Mr. Chairman, can I hear that one again?
The address?
No. Debbie,
I'm sorry.
what was withdrawn?
Oh, the appeal was
14.
withdrawn. The appeal for that case has been withdrawn by the appellant.
Appeal number 14.
Case number.
I'll have to look at that. I'm gonna accuse myself right now.
Okay. All right. It was withdrawn, so we don't have to take any action. Okay. So we'll thank everyone.
I'll bring it up next time.
Okay. Let's go into executive session. I think
please.
Ms. Alfred has a matter for us, but everyone else, thank you very much for your participation and your patience. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Did we just make clear that everyone else who's on the screen, that the hearings have ended and their cases?
Yeah. Okay. You
Yep.
just stated it again, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're done for today.